Spoilers ahead. Watch out, and take care. The movie begins with Victor awakening in an unknown apartment, his senses jolted by the eerie decay gradually enveloping his surroundings. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, he ventures outside, only to encounter a mysterious man whose disintegrating form echoes the degradation within his own living space. As Victor's fear intensifies, he flees the building, only to confront a surreal world in disarray, where the very fabric of reality seems to unravel. Amidst the chaos, he valiantly strives to rebuild the crumbling structures, grappling with the bizarre defiance of physical laws. However, his exploration is abruptly interrupted by the rapid approach of a peculiar black creature, a manifestation of the pervasive decay. In a climactic moment, two men and a woman intervene with a formidable display of power, fending off the creature and rescuing Victor. Yet, the creature quickly regenerates, setting off a relentless pursuit. In a heroic act to safeguard the group, one of the men sacrifices himself in a detonation, momentarily halting the creature's advance. The survivors, including the woman named Fly, press on through the aftermath. Fly reveals herself as a knowledgeable guide, shedding light on the nature of the realm. They exist within a collective manifestation of everyone's memories. She discloses the perilous threat posed by the Reapers, former individuals turned malevolent entities that consume others. As they journey further, Fly showcases her ability to heal, exemplifying health regeneration. Additionally, she reveals the remarkable strength possessed by her companion, Phantom. The trio eventually arrives at a base, accessible through a memory gap, where Fly and Phantom's mission becomes apparent. They were sent to retrieve Victor, by their leader, Yan. Fly leads Victor through the intricacies of the base, explaining the interconnected pathways of memories that require constant detonation, to fend off the Reapers. Walking Victor to his room, Fly elucidates the ethereal beauty within the base, rooms adorned with scenes that materialize from the dreams of past occupants. Despite their allure, she warns him against entering these dreamlike manifestations, emphasizing the risk of losing oneself within. With a sense of caution, he settles into his room. Later at night, he has a dream, a memory that reveals a series of events leading to his accident, and subsequent coma. He witnesses imagery resembling a cult within a hospital building. As the dream progresses, its manifestations materialize in his room. Startled upon waking, he is shocked to find the crash site vividly displayed. Approaching the memory, he is interrupted by Phantom storming into his room, apologizing for his previous behavior during their journey back. Alongside the apology, he sternly warns Victor to stay clear of Fly, as they were both trying to make their relationship work. However, Victor disputes his claim, stating that he did not perceive any relationship between them. This infuriates Phantom, leading Victor outside, where the rest of the occupants await. Introducing some of them, individuals with unique abilities crucial for maintaining the base's safety. Their Spirit, who can sense the Reapers, the astronomer skilled in map creation, and the pilot capable of locating newcomers to the realm. In an attempt to unveil Victor's unique ability, Phantom subjects him to a series of tests. Despite Victor's earnest efforts, he displays no sign of any special power. Eventually, Phantom gives up and assigns him to the building committee, headed by Cable, a group for people with no unique ability. Retreating to his room, he experiences more detailed dreams of his life that night. However, he abruptly awakens to the blaring alarm, signaling work duties at the base. Joining his crew and the building team, he participates in their tasks. Exhaustion sets in, prompting him to sit down with Cable during their brief conversation. He expresses his inability to display any unique skill, and Cable advises him to consider himself fortunate. Lacking a unique ability means avoiding potential dangers outside the base, that could lead to his demise. As the conversation continues, Yan, the leader, intervenes, cautioning Victor about the different time dynamics within the realm, compared to the real world. Yan explains that despite their extraordinary abilities in the realm, they were ordinary individuals in reality. Victor then explains his experience to Yan. When Yan urges Victor to join Phantom on a scouting mission for supplies, they make their way to a train station. Victor asks the astronomer about his dreams, learning they narrate real-life stories. Phantom warns the team not to explore their dreams, as Reapers will find them. Pressing forward, they aim to locate a ship from Cable's memory for supplies. Reaching a submarine, guards pose a challenge. Spirit aids in navigating past them, but Phantom's impulsiveness triggers a gunfight. They secure the submarine, extract the missile, and learn about approaching Reapers. Phantom commands an evacuation, leaving others behind. Using his unique abilities, Victor constructs a bridge, ensuring their escape. Back at the base, Yan learns about Victor's abilities during a campfire session. Yan unveils a grand strategy, proposing Victor construct a secure island inaccessible to Reapers. Victor reluctantly consents, and Yan appoints the astronomer as the new leader. Disturbed by his unstable abilities, Victor practices. Fly encourages him, and as they explore his room, their relationship deepens. Phantom observes from a distance, consumed by anger. Despite temptation, he retreats to his own room. The next day, as they prepare for the journey to the island construction site, Phantom steals a Reaper-attracting device. The group sets out under the guidance of the astronomer and Yan. Spirit detects Reapers nearby, puzzling everyone. Phantom suggests splitting up, and as Victor scouts, he faces a Reaper attack. Another member intervenes, sent by Yan to rescue Victor. Enraged, Phantom attacks Victor, exposing the Reaper-attracting device. Phantom undergoes a transformation into a Reaper, due to injuries sustained during the mission. Recognizing the dire situation, Yan shoots Phantom, confirming his transformation. Chaos unfolds as Reapers arrive, resulting in a massacre. Victor flees with Fly, Spirit and the astronomer. A brilliant blue light emerges, jolting Victor back to consciousness. In the hospital bed, he begins to piece together his memories, realizing he was hired by a cult leader to construct a city. In the days leading up to Victor's involuntary journey into the Coma realm, his life took an unexpected turn. Despite his practical designs, he faced continuous rejections from various companies. To make matters more intriguing, his ex-girlfriend, now revealed to be Fly, accompanied him to a crucial meeting. Little did they know, this would mark the beginning of a bizarre and perilous adventure. During the meeting, Victor and Fly find themselves in the clutches of Yan's men, revealing the true nature of the cult leader from the Coma realm. Yan unveils his sinister plan to create his version of heaven, placing all his followers in a coma. Victor became a target for Yan's grand vision as the cult leader forcibly attempted to use him to construct his dream city within the Coma world. Refusing to be a pawn in Yan's scheme, Victor attempts to escape with Fly. However, their desperate bid for freedom leads them into a car accident, and they are once again apprehended by Yan's men. To Victor's shock, he rises from his hospital bed and discovers that Yan was also awake in the real world. Yan menacingly threatens him, coercing him to fulfill the agreement to construct the island. The cult leader's ominous ultimatum is clear: build the island, or witness the death of everyone on the hospital beds, starting with Fly. Cornered and left with no choice, Victor reluctantly agrees, striking a deal with Yan. In a calculated move, Victor agrees to build the island on the condition that everyone would be released once the task is completed. Yan, although devious, consents, assuring of an escape route, a back door for his way out. Reluctantly accepting these terms, Victor plunges back into a coma. This time, however, he has administered a drug aimed at enhancing his abilities. While Victor is in a coma, Fly, Spirit, and the astronomer find themselves trapped, having used their last explosive. Anticipating being devoured by the Reapers, Victor intervenes just in time, rescuing them from the impending threat. With renewed determination, they resume their journey towards the supposed island site, guided by a strong resolve. Reaching the site, Victor decides it is time to disclose the truth about the realm. He reveals their physical bodies lay in a basement at Yan's facility, where Yan posed as a cult leader. Then Yan arrives, expressing disappointment at Victor for divulging the secrets. Demanding that Victor commence construction as agreed upon, Victor closes his eyes, and begins outlining his plans. A futuristic city starts to take shape as he fulfills his part of the deal. As they race back to the base, brimming with Reapers, Yan's true intentions unfold. In a shocking betrayal, Yan reveals his plan to exterminate them all. He proceeds to expose everyone's real-life stories, belittling them and asserting that he saved them from dire outcomes, like death or imprisonment. When Spirit and another individual volunteer to join Yan in his version of heaven, he callously rejects their offer. Justifying his actions and the creation of the Coma realm, Yan explains that many individuals in this realm have significant disabilities in the real world. According to him, he offers them a preferable reality, compared to their harsh alternatives. A devoted follower of Yan carries out his instruction, disconnecting the oxygen supply for everyone in the lab. One by one, individuals begin to disintegrate into ashes, as their brains succumb, leading to their death. Recalling the backdoor theory, Victor hypothesizes that the sole escape from the coma lies within their manifested dreams. In haste, Victor, Fly and the astronomer race back to the base, skillfully distracting the Reapers. Navigating through, they locate Victor's dream portal. However, the dream environment poses challenges, shaped by interpretations and imaginations rather than memories. As they press forward, they encounter Yan waiting for them. A physical confrontation ensues, but Victor proves too weak to fend off Yan's assault. In a desperate act to kill Victor, Yan attempts to strangle him, only to be unexpectedly stabbed from behind by a Reaper. Surprisingly, the Reaper is revealed to be Phantom. Approaching the Egyptian statues, Victor becomes engulfed in the same bright light as before. Upon turning back, he witnesses Fly beginning to turn to ash. Immediately, Victor snaps awake and desperately tries to resuscitate Fly, ultimately succeeding. Together, they slowly exit the building, facing opposition from one of Yan's followers. The follower hesitates, but eventually allows their departure, likely realizing that their leader is now dead. After spending months away from the cult facility, Victor finally secures a job. Fly suggests they go out for dinner, and as she leaves to change, Victor retrieves a letter from the cult. He briefly glances at it, before tucking it away in a drawer and locking it up for good, but the lingering effects of their tumultuous journey continue to resonate in his life. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out.